have like 5 minutes without one of us not looking at our phones?
Sorry.
I feel like they're becoming sentient.
No, I met this guy John from Bumble the other night. We're trying to make a plan for tomorrow. Sorry, just really quick.
We barely see each other like twice a year. I just want us to be present.
Okay, I'm sorry. Just really hard to put my phone down sometimes.
Here's an idea. Let's all put our phones in the middle of the table. Full volume. Whoever reaches for their phones first has to Venmo the others $50 each. No one touches their phones. No one.
So I feel like she has an addiction to the attention from men. Maybe this particular one, but we see that she's constantly checking her phone and looking for updates, responses, etc. But even when she is with people, with her friends, she's not even able, like we can hear her inner thoughts, and she's not even able to be present in those moments because she's just thinking, oh, when is she going to stop talking so I can go and check to see if, what's his name is going to ask me on a date tonight, is going to make plans with me, is et cetera, et cetera. And we can see it taking over her life and becoming so much of an issue where the phone is literally fusing to her hand. And it doesn't seem like it's something that she's even particularly bothered with by the end. And we see her kind of, I don't want to say devolving more and more, but, at a certain point, it's like she's not getting what she wants from this guy or from the men that she's interested in. So then she's like, I'll just have anybody come over, give me attention, and then get out. So she's like settling for whatever she can get at that point. So just a really interesting character, really interesting storyline. And I liked that kind of sci-fi-ish, theme of having the phone like literally like morphing into her body, and we can see it over time. It's getting stickier and stickier until finally it's attached. So I thought this was really cool, really creative.
I think it's a really interesting concept. I think you do a great job of illustrating this young woman as she's dealing with, this external view of happiness, but it's really fleeting, and like it's very reliant on other people and getting attention from other people, and specifically like the male gaze and dealing with that, and being so consumed with the phone and the attention. And even when she's with her friends and having these moments of like, oh, I'm being happy, I'm being there for everyone around me, there's still like this like soul sucking thing that's taking away her happiness. It's always like, oh, well, what could be from them? What could happen with them? And I think you would do a really great job of illustrating that thematically throughout the piece with this character and her choices. I think visually this was really great. I think it was acted out very well. It really knows what it's trying to say from the beginning, and it carries that out throughout the piece. And it was really impactful, and I was able to take a lot away from this.
What I liked about this was the phone was another character. In this, it's a constant, obviously, in every single scene. It's a constant with our protagonist, and it affects the protagonist when she hears the ring. Depending on who or who isn't it is, it affects her, and it does seem like her self-worth a bit is connected to the men that she's with, and whether or not they respond, whether or not they're responsive. And every convo on the phone has a very different outcome. For example, her having the phone call with her mother is a very different feeling from her having a phone call with an ex, or with a friend she didn't really want to talk to. So it's just a very different experience, or the various conversations that we have. And the phones continuing to be stuck to her, it almost gave me the feeling of this is becoming such an attachment and an addiction that it becomes a part of you in a way. It becomes a part of everything about you. It affects every aspect of your being. And that is very relatable when it comes to the phones. It does affect us. It can, not getting a call or getting a call from whomever can affect the entire course of your day. To the point where you are constantly checking it, constantly looking at it, constantly it's constantly right there. So yeah, this was very relatable content and a really great way of showcasing this inanimate object as a focal character.
This piece really dives into humanity versus technology as the girl slowly becomes consumed with her phone, so very much so that it leaves her hand bloody and eventually it becomes a part of her. And so I think that's, a really big telling to how our current society is today. What I liked the most was the humanity in certain sequences. The woman asking for a raise, the discussion over wine, I think was also a scene that was done well and delicately as we dive into these different, moments and perspectives. We have this trio of friends having dinner and they all put their phones in the center of the table in full blast so that they can have a moment where you don't touch your phone and be present in the moment. I thought that the actor did a really good job in both being kind of disassociated from the world. I think she had a really good play on dissociation and this dealing with, heartbreak. And, she kind of even says it herself of why can't I not touch this phone anymore? So I think we get to see different parts of her throughout the piece, which is very nice.
The music was awesome. It definitely lent to the piece. It lent to the dramatic moments. It lent to the fun moments. One of my favorite moments was when she was talking to her friend about the bad date. I thought it was genuinely some really genuinely funny moments in there that we've all been through. We've all been talking to a really close friend of ours about a bad date, and you kind of see that rapport between the two of them, and I think that was cool.
Definitely had a sort of urban myth, ghost story, spooky story, something that you would find in Black Mirror. Um, and I think it was really interesting how it built up to what was happening on the sort of spooky side.